What's up guys, MrVerry here, and welcome to part 6 of my LeafGreen Let's Play. And in this part, I'm going to be working on leveling up my Sandslash, or my Sandshrew, and evolving him into a Sandslash with any luck. And defeating my rival, clearing out the rest of the boat of all of its trainers, getting HMO1 cut, so I can actually fight Lieutenant Surge, and it should be a good time. So, Intimidate just cut my Sandshrew's attack in half, and since Sandshrew is a ground type Pokemon with all of his attacks based around attack and not special attack, I switch out to Wrath in order to use a Pokemon that uses water, since Growlithe is quite obviously a fire type. And Water Gun and Bubble makes pretty short work of Growlithe. Ponyta, so I'm gonna switch back out to Pride, and hopefully they're around the same level, because if I can land a Rock Tome, that'll, yep, they are. If I can land a Rock Tome, that'll do really significant damage. Very nice. And it crits. Finally I get a crit at a good time. I think this is like the first time during this whole playthrough. And nice, his defense is up to 37. I can appreciate that. And he's up to level 18, which is also very nice. And it looks like I've got one. If I go all the way to the right here, I will fight my rival. And I actually don't want to do that yet. I'm gonna go upstairs and fight the sailors. And I know that my Sandshrew isn't gonna be good against these water types, but I would like to get him some extra experience, so... Oh nice, luckily he didn't have a water type, so I'm gonna use Brick Break and see how that does. Not great, but not terrible. And his low kick really didn't do much damage either, so I'm just gonna use Brick Break over and over and finish him off as quick as possible. And I ended up taking out Machop without taking much damage, so that went pretty well. He's going to use Tentacool, but I'm going to keep him out in order to get more experience as I switch. And I'm going to let Pikachu take this one. Unfortunately, he confuses Pikachu right off the bat. And since Pikachu is confused, I may hurt myself in confusion, which is unfortunate. And this is looking like it's going to be pretty frustrating, as Pikachu is both... Ooh, luckily Pikachu snaps out of confusion, and it now is only poisoned. But that poison damage is going to wear Pikachu down pretty quickly, so... Hopefully... Oh, and I get a second critical hit. Wow, finally these critical hits are coming in. Right when I need them, like, I can't believe it. And of course, he's got some excuse as to why he lost. And I think this sailor will... No, maybe this one will fight? Yep. So, there was only 2 trainers left. And I'm gonna go back and heal before I go take on my rival, because I would like my team to be in tip-top shape. And I'm gonna have the same strategy as I did with the last Machop, just use Brick Break over and over to try to deal as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. And it's looking like that's not gonna go too well, so I'm gonna switch out to Bugs to drop a Confusion and finish him off real quick. And he uses Karate Chop, and even though he crits, which puts it at normal damage with it not being very effective, it still doesn't do much damage to Bugs. So that's good. And Pride must be really, really close to getting his level, so I'm gonna switch him back out, and then switch to Vines to get him some experience while fighting Shelter. And I actually have several Pokemon that are gonna evolve as soon as I get to Celadon City. Unfortunately, he drops an Icicle Spear, which is gonna do good damage due to the fact that grass Pokemon are weak to ice moves, but hopefully this Vine Whip takes him out in one hit, and it does. So Pride is so close to evolving. He evolves into Sandslash at level 22. So I'm gonna go back downstairs, get him healed up, and then it's time to fight my rival. And I'm going to keep Sandshrew out first, as even if he's not the right type. Bonjour, MrVerry. Oh, what's up, man? Wow, I can't believe you were invited. Thanks for the advice. Crawl around in grassy areas and look hard for those Pokemon. I would have never known, man. So he uses Pidgeotto first, which is actually a good matchup against Pride in my case. And unfortunately, Sand Attack is going to lower my accuracy, but I'm hoping I land the Rock Tomb, and I do. And that's going to lower Pidgeotto's speed, as well as, and I'm going to use Brick Break because it has higher accuracy. It's not going to be super effective, but it will deal decent damage. And of course, he gets a crit at, great time. And this should finish him off. No, damn it, just nearly. And I'm going to use Scratch, finish Pidgeotto off, and of course, I critical hit at red health, as I always do. And that puts Pride up to 19. And he's about to use Ivysaur. And I'm going to leave Pride out because I want him to get a good amount of experience. And I'm going to switch out to Bugs, as Bugs is going to be the most effective against Ivysaur using Confusion. And Vine Whip just did a quarter of the damage it normally should, because grass moves are not very effective against both Flying and Bug. So he uses Leech Seed so that he can start to steal some health from me every turn, as well as, steal, so gain and I lose. So that was a pretty good move. Leech Seed is one of my favorite grass type moves. Uses Sleep Powder to put Bugs to sleep so he can start dealing damage, as well as sapping my HP. And I'm hoping that Bugs is going to wake up quickly, so we will see. And it's looking like he doesn't have any moves that will really deal a hell of a lot of damage, but unfortunately that Leech Seed is dealing significant damage to me while healing him. So that Confusion does pretty good damage, and one more Confusion should end it. And it does. Awesome. So Pride gets 301 experience. He's about to use Raticate. I'm going to switch back out to Pride. And Pride has a fighting move, Brick Break, which if I land it first, should deal significant damage. I'm hoping that Hyper Fang isn't enough to kill me, and it isn't. So Brick Break will now has 150 power, being that it's and I'm gonna see if I have any healing items left. I don't, and I do. I'm gonna use the Super Potion on Pride so that he can get all this experience. And I'll use Brick Break again, why not? I don't have anyone to fight after this before I go heal up. Unfortunately, Hyper Fang caused me to flinch. Hopefully it doesn't this time. And it doesn't. Brick Break goes through. And I believe his next Pokemon is going to be Kadabra, which is actually a decent foe. But luckily, I have a Pokemon that knows Dark moves. And he goes up to 40 defense, 31 attack, 29 speed, and 51 HP. I'm going to keep Pride out just for the sake of getting him some extra experience. And then switch out to Wrath, who knows Bite, and focus on using Bite to make the enemy flinch as well as deal significant damage. And Kadabra has very high special attack, and his Confusion is going to be dealing significant damage, so... But it looks like Bite is also dealing significant damage, and unfortunately he's going to disable Bite when I go to use it, so I'm going to have to try to use Mega Kick. And that lowers my accuracy, so Mega Kick might not land, but luck is in my favor. Mega Kick still lands regardless of my accuracy being lowered. And both Wrath and Pride gain some experience. Wrath gets +2 on all the stats, which is acceptable. I mean, I'm alright with that. He says, at least you're raising your Pokemon. He's such a snotty bastard. So, this is fun. I gotta go rub his back. And then he's gonna give me Cut. Thanks, man. So, now it's time to get off the SSN. I've collected all the items I need, as well as fought all the trainers. So, I'm satisfied. And we will watch the ship depart. And I'm gonna go evolve my Sandshrew into a Sandslash while I'm taking on the gym. I should be able to get him up to level 22 just from fighting the trainers in there. And I've got a couple items to sell. Like I said, the Star Piece, which is worth about as much as a nugget, only 100 less, and the Stardust, very nice. And I've already got 3 Paralyze Heals, which is good because I'm probably gonna need them fighting Lieutenant Surge. And there's only Super Potions here, but I'm gonna grab 5 just in case. And in the next city, I will be able to, Celadon City, I will be able to buy Great Balls, so I'm gonna pick up 2 Pokeballs, just so I have an even 15. I know 15 isn't an even number, but you know what I mean, a nice number. And I've got to teach one of my Pokemon Cut, but I don't really want to teach any of my main Pokemon Cut, so I'm gonna grab up an 8-gem mule, and for now it's gonna be Meowth. I don't know if he's gonna be able to learn Flash. If not, I believe Paris can learn both Flash and Cut, so that's good. Actually, Vines is able to learn Cut. And cut isn't a bad move. It's got 50 and 95% accuracy, so I'm tempted to replace wrap with cut, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't remember what moves he learns. So I'm just gonna teach it to Meowth so that I have, you know, like I said, I've got a mule who can use it. And cut down the tree, and off to Lieutenant Surge's gym. And this is a pain in the ass gym. Usually it takes quite a bit of time to get this to work. And what you have to do is, you have to press a button, you have to look through all the garbage cans, and eventually you find a button. And then you have to hit the adjacent one, and it has to be the right one. And this isn't always an easy task. Actually, this is usually quite a pain in the ass. So, and unfortunately that Pikachu's static ability paralyzed Pride, so he's going to be moving second, and he has a chance of not being able to move due to the paralysis. And he's going to use another Pikachu. We're going to keep Pride out. And same strategy, just use Brick Break. And he's going to use Double Team, so I have a lower chance of actually hitting him. And unfortunately, Pride is paralyzed and can't move. And he lands it regardless of Pikachu's Double Team, which is awesome. And he almost hits level 21, which means he's only be one level away from evolving. So I'm going to use the Paralyze heal. I know I could just go back and heal him up for free, but I'm not really worried about it. And I'm also going to use the Super Potion to heal him up and take on Engineer Bailey, who has a Voltorb. Same strategy. Oh shit. Sonic Boom is one of those moves that is really good at lower levels. It always does 20 damage, which is really, really helpful for lower levels because 20 damage is a significant amount of damage at these levels. And luckily, this trainer is stupid as shit, and while he could have just used Sonic Boom all those times and made my life a living hell, he decided to just use Tackle twice. And this is where Brick Break is going to come in handy, because Magnemite is Steel and therefore takes double damage from fighting moves. And that's one of the main reasons I actually taught Pride this, was to make this gym much easier, and it will certainly do that. And luckily, Pride is almost level 22, so he will evolve here soon. Hopefully on the next trainer. If not, I'll run around in the grass real quick to get him his level so he can evolve. And he's a gentleman with a level 23 Pikachu. I don't think that's going to get me my level, unfortunately. And he uses a Slam, which does pretty significant damage because Pikachu is a couple levels higher, so I'm going to use a Super Potion on Pride to ensure that he doesn't get killed on the next hit. And unfortunately, I probably could have just used Brick Break again, but better safe than sorry. And of course, I crit when it really means nothing, as always. You guys have seen that just happens to be my luck. And he is so close to evolving, so I'm going to go run around in the grass up here real quick to get him his level, and then we will proceed. And I shouldn't have used Poison Sting, that was actually really dumb. Unfortunately, he's fast asleep, and fucking, oh, Bellsprout is a royal pain in the ass. So, that grass isn't so good. I'm probably gonna go to the grass to the east, and I think there's Bellsprouts there too. So, I don't know, I think I'm actually just gonna go back up here, because I think you have a much better chance of meeting a Meowth than anything else here. And of course, you know, I'm gonna just keep running into Bellsprout. And just gonna level him up as fast as possible without getting him killed. So I switch out to Butterfree to use Confusion to drop the Bellsprout. Get them both a little bit of experience. Slowly but surely, he will evolve. And luckily, I run into a Meowth this time around. I'm gonna use Brick Break, as it will be super effective and certainly kill Meowth instantly, which it does. And Pride is ever closer to reaching level 22. And luckily, I got a level 15 Pidgey, so that'll give some extra experience. And it looks like one more Pokemon, and I should have it. And unfortunately, it's going to be a Bellsprout. Of course, why wouldn't it be? And I think Meowth has Pickup, because he now has an item on him. So it would be good to have Meowth be my mule. And Sandshrew is evolving into Sandslash, which will make him that much more of a tank against Lieutenant Surge. Very nice. I'm pretty happy with this. And I'm gonna check out his stats. Yeah, he now has 66 health, 55 defense, 44 attack, and 45 speed. So he's looking pretty good. And with Brick Break and Rock Tomb, I feel pretty comfortable. So I'm gonna see what item he found. And he found a Pecha Berry, and I think he has Pickup. Yes, he does. So it's definitely a good thing that I caught Meowth and that I keep him on me. This is very similar to what players do with Zigzagoon in Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. Pickup is a very nice ability. And so, with my Pokemon, with my team the way I would like it to be for this gym. And so I got the right switch that time, and I fucked it up that time. Oh! So I got it that time, and yes, that was so much simpler than it could have been. Awesome. And I'm about to go against Lieutenant Surge here. So Sandslash looks ready to do battle. Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? You won't live long in combat. Electric Pokemon saved me during the war. And I think he's got a Raichu, a Pikachu, and a Magnemite. Or, I know in the other ones he used to have a Magneton. And I'm gonna have my Pride use Brick Break right off the bat and see how much damage that deals now that he has evolved. Should deal a little more now. Nice, it did half of Voltorb's health. And he uses Sonic Boom, which does about a third of Pride's HP. And Brick Break successfully polishes off Voltorb. He's about to use Pikachu. And to make this interesting, I'm gonna switch out to Vines and let him handle the Pikachu. And I'll let Pride handle the Raichu. And Pikachu's gonna try to use Double Team as much as possible to try to make him as evasive as possible. And I'm just gonna try to use Vine Whip in succession, and hopefully I won't, damn it, paralyzed and can't move. And he's going to use Shockwave, which is a move that never misses. And Vine Whip lands, takes out Pikachu. Vines almost gets a level. He's about to use Raichu. So I'm going to use Bugs, which seems like a weird move. And it kind of is, because he has a chance of taking Bugs down in one shot. But Bugs could also be very helpful here by landing a Poison Powder. And Raichu uses Double Team to increase its evasiveness, but luckily Poison Powder does land. And I'm not really too worried about Bugs getting taken out, because he's already done what I wanted him to do, which is poison the Raichu. Fuck, he used a full heal. But Supersonic lands, and now Raichu is confused. Awesome. And I'm going to try to land a Poison Powder as well. And it hurt itself in its confusion. And Poison Powder lands again. Wow, Bugs might be able to do this all on his own. I might not even need to switch out to Pride. And he's confused. Shockwave goes off. This might be the end of Bugs. And it damn near is. But Bugs is going to let off a confusion. A critical hit. Hurt by poison, which is going to about take him out. And now Lieutenant Surge is going to use a super potion, of course. And I'm going to use confusion along with the poison, dealing extra damage. And I'm hoping that it's going to hurt itself in confusion. If not, whatever. He uses Quick Attack to finish off my Bugs, and I am sending Pride out now. And of course, he's hurt by poison again, and snapped out of confusion, unfortunately, which is going to allow him to move the way he wants to, and the Brick Break misses due to Raichu being more evasive. Unleashes another Quick Attack, which somehow... How the fuck does he land 2 critical hits in a row? And luckily, that poison is going to do exactly what I wanted it to. Finish off Raichu before he has a chance to use another super potion. And Lieutenant Surge is defeated. And he's also going to give me Shockwave, which is a very cool move. It's got 60 power, and it never misses. So that's very helpful. And I'm going to go ahead and level my Pokemon up over to the east. And this is Professor Oak's aids, and if I'm in the Route 2 area, I should look for him. And I think he's talking about Flash, actually. And this is the only trainer that I've fought here so far. And I'm going to work on getting my other Pokemon caught up in levels. And I think this Gambler has Fire-type Pokemon, so I shouldn't have had... Oh no! How about that? Water-type. Very convenient based on the fact that I've got Vines out. Who is going to use a Vine Whip, which immediately takes out Poliwag and puts him up to level 22. And he gains 2 on almost all of his stats, which is pretty acceptable. And luckily he's going to use another Water-type Pokemon, so we'll keep Vines out for that. And takes him out with ease. And so I'm just going to continue to take out all the Pokemon trainers that are on this route to level up my Pokemon a decent amount. He throws out Magnemite, and I throw out Vines, who isn't going to be a really good fit for this, as Magnemite's a Steel type. So I'm going to bring out Pride, who will be much better fit, as he can use Brick Break once and crush it. And he does just that, successfully. And he's about to use another Magnemite, so we'll keep Pride out. Unfortunately, Pride is not really going to be good for this upcoming gym, which is Erica, who is Grass type, and would easily be able to take out my Wartortle or my Sandslash, and that's not too good. So I keep out Pride, even though he gained the level and he's kind of above the rest of them, because he's got Brick Break, which is the most effective against Magnemite and Magneton. And unfortunately, he's confused, so hopefully he gets through the confusion, and he does. And that's going to give him a pretty significant amount of experience, 621, not bad at all. And so, since he's leveled up the most, actually Bugs is the one who really needs to level, because he's probably going to be my star in the upcoming gym. He's definitely going to be very helpful, as Erica, is going to be using Grass and Poison type Pokemon, so Confusion will be super effective. And I will still be able to use Sleep Powder and Supersonic to give them status ailments. So that's going to be nice. And he brings out Nidorino, which is the evolved form of Nidoran male. And he's able to withstand my Confusion. And drops a Poison Sting that crits, so it obviously is gonna fucking poison me, why wouldn't it? And use another Confusion to take him out. And Bugs hits 22. Fine by me. So, gonna use an antidote real quick, as I don't really feel like running back to the Pokemon Center right now. I just became a trainer, but I still think I can beat you, says this little youngster. And he sends out Sandshrew. Luckily, Sandshrew has very low special defense, so Confusion should do... Wow, I figured it would deal a little more than that, but... Oh my god, what was the fucking point in using an antidote? This one just used... He just uses fucking Poison Sting and immediately poisons him again. And of course, my critical hit is when it doesn't fucking matter. This always happens to me, like... It doesn't always happen to me while I'm playing Pokemon, but in this playthrough, it's happened, like, every time it doesn't matter. And then when it really should help me, it's only happened twice, and they were both in this video. Still, Bugs gets about halfway to 23, which is good. And he is poisoned, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? And this is going to be another electric type Pokemon user. So, I'm going to bring out the best man for the job, which is Pride. And he uses Sonic Boom. I'm just going to fast forward through the rest of these battles, as I don't really think you guys are too terribly interested in seeing them. And I'm not too terribly interested in having them. I just want to get my Pokemon leveled up. So I think this Gambler uses Fire Pokemon. Nope, I was wrong. So using a Confusion to take out Bellsprout, and it takes him out in one hit. And he sends out Oddish. He's going to get hurt by Poison, but hopefully this Confusion kills him in one hit, and it doesn't. So Bugs is going to get hurt by Poison and die, which sucks. And I'm going to bring out Shocker as he needs the experience. Drop a Mega Punch, finish Oddish off. And I'm going to find some extra experience since we ran into a Sandshrew. Why not? And Vines is up front right now. So going to use a Vine Whip. And that just about polished him off, but we use Wrap to finish it. He's going to use another Rattata. Since Vines is pretty close to 23, I'm going to let him stay out and get his level. And he's about to use Raticate. I'm going to bring Shocker out. While that's not the best idea, he does need the experience. Or she, sorry. And he's going to use Tail Whip to lower my defense. I use another Mega Punch. Tackle, he gets paralyzed due to my static ability. He uses Quick Attack, knowing that he's most likely going to get dropped. And looks like my kitty got another item, and it's another Cherry Berry. And I'm going to put Shocker up front, even though he's at low health, because I would like him to get some experience, and using a Super Potion on him, knowing that the Sonic Boom was coming, and Mega Punch. And it looks like I'm a little bit faster than Voltorb, so if I land the second Mega Punch, which I do, I take him out. Getting Shocker level 22. And as he's about to use Magnemite, I'm bringing out Pride, who can easily take him out with a Brick Break. And this dude said he never lost. Guess what? Here's your first loss. And there's another Great Ball. And I believe this has something, and it does. It's got an escape rope. And I'm not able to go this way yet. Or, wow, I am, huh? Oh, it's because there's a Snorlax. Ha ha ha. They gave me the illusion of thinking I would be able to go that way. And I think this is... Okay, he's got the item finder. If I have 30 kinds of Pokemon, which I don't, because I haven't really caught all the Pokemon I could yet, or evolved several of the Pokemon I could. I could go in Diglett's cave and catch a Diglett real quick, which would put me up to 20, which is probably a good idea, as one of the aids is probably going to need me to be 20 to get Flash. I'm pretty sure that's what level I have to be. So I'm going to go in Diglett's cave and catch a Diglett. And I'm going to use my favorite Pokemon for the job, Bugs, who is out front. And I run into Diglett immediately, as obviously this is Diglett's cave, and what else would I fucking run into down here? I use Sleep and Confusion, so now Diglett will be very, very easy to catch. And Diglett is caught. I'm not gonna give a nickname to Diglett. You can also catch Dugtrio down here, I'm quite sure. Like, pretty rarely, but you can. He uses Dig, which is gonna be completely pointless because I'm immune to ground moves. And I'm gonna use fucking uses Dig again for some reason, even though it didn't work just a second ago. So I use Confusion again, take him out, and level Bugs up, and he's trying to learn Whirlwind, which is a shitty move. I mean, it makes them switch their Pokemon, but it's not really effective in battle. And he's gonna Growl, which is completely useless, as Confusion does not affect attack, it affects special attack. He gets to move first, which is good, because my Confusion wouldn't have landed if Bugs moved first. And I'm traversing to the other end of this cave just to get some extra experience and for fun. And I didn't mean to use Supersonic there, I actually meant to use Confusion. And I confuse Diglett, who hopefully hurts itself in Confusion, and ends the battle. Very nice. And I'm also running through the cave as I'm going to have to run back through it, and that's kind of nice because that'll make it so that I have a better chance at running into Dugtrio down here, as I really wouldn't mind catching one. And on Route 2... Oh. Nope, that's not Professor Oak's aid. He's looking for Abra, and he'll trade for Mr. Mime. That's nice, actually. I remembered that there was something worth going to on here. And I can cut this tree down, which takes me to Pewter City. And I'm wondering where the other aide is, as I'm pretty sure he's gonna have Flash. And I could travel this way to Cerulean City, which I think I'm gonna do. Or no, actually this would take much longer, that's silly. Sorry guys. Didn't really think that one out. I'm gonna check to see if Meowth has picked anything else up yet, and he hasn't, unfortunately. So, back through Diglett's cave we go. And on the bike, hopefully to run into a Dugtrio, with any luck. Magnitude 9, but it doesn't affect Bugs. And didn't mean to use Supersonic. Again, it's because I'm going in fast forward here. And Confusion, which doesn't take him out in one hit, unfortunately. And I'm gonna land my move first, which is rather unfortunate, as with Dig, you want to land the move second so that they actually come up and resurface. And it doesn't look like by the time I get to the stairs I'm going to run into Dugtrio. Which is alright. And I can't escape against Diglett. I think he's got some sort of trap move, which is actually awesome. That'll be really helpful when catching Abra. And I almost want to run back and grab an Abra and then go get that Mr. Mime. I don't remember if Mr. Mime has like decent stats or not, but I still wouldn't mind trading an Abra for him, as like I said, I'm not going to be able to get Abra to Alakazam because of the fact that I can't trade. So, Mr. Mime is definitely more interesting to me. And unfortunately, I'm out of confusion, so I'm gonna have to use. And since I can't escape, I'm gonna have to use Poison Powder and Supersonic. And hope that he starts dealing damage to himself while he's confused. And he snaps out of confusion. So I'm just gonna have to watch him get withered away by poison. As he doesn't look like he wants to take damage while he's confused. No, he is not about that. And of course he snaps out of confusion after I move first. Slowly but surely that poison is withering him down, and hopefully he deals damage to himself. Still, wow. What the fuck? What are the odds of that? Thank you. And of course it's at the end. My luck in Pokemon is shit sometimes. And unfortunately I can't go through here because I haven't made it to Celadon City yet, which is where you have to make it to before you can cross through there, because the guards are thirsty and you have to give them something. And I know there's like a rare candy or something on the floor down here, and I don't remember where. So that kind of sucks. And I'm not going to waste time, like I said before when I was passing through here. And rather than having to go all the way around, now that I have cut, I can just go straight through. And I'm gonna hit the Pokemon Center before I head towards Celadon City. And I'm actually gonna end this part here, as it took way more time than I thought it would. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment if you would. Feedback is always appreciated, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. See you next time.